Hey, welcome to Orkies Workshop. Here's a quick update to our mystery trailer build. As you know, this recently arrived in our yard. Knowing we've got some pretty awesome clients, we decided to go along with the game. If you watched our last video, you'd know that all we had to go on was this 3-point infographics card and a vague email. Realising that we were left the trailer and not the SUV, we figured out that the mystery client may be after a mini camper. With very little to go on, we decided to go back to the basics and create some models, with the hope of developing out some ideas that we could present to the mystery client. We decided to create 3 models reflecting the vague infographics that were left for us. We thought that making the models would highlight some of the requirements for this customer's build, whilst at the same time showing the client a bit of variety just to see what they come back with. At this point, it's worth saying that no one has ever seen or spoken to the mystery client. Even the email is vague. I know it's a bit of a risk, but you know, what's the worst that could happen? We're hoping that from the designs we offer, the mystery client will come back to us with a list derived from those ideas. But who knows? We may have nothing. Oh boy, don't tell my wife. There are a few legal requirements to meet if you're building anything for use on the road, so please check with your local standards. We adhere to British and EU standards here. Now, back to the models. First off, we thought it easiest for the client if we made everything to scale. And as we like attention to detail here, we made everything to a 1/5 scale, which will be handy for us later if we want to use it as a reference model. As the trailer is our one fixed point, we quickly made a scale model of this to use as our base for the 3 models. So here's some first thoughts we've come up with. Not knowing how many occupants we were designing for, we decided to start with the basics. There are loads of Teardrop campers out there, and they all seem to have this door hatch and boot kitchen configuration. The earliest Teardrop we could find dates back to 1947, although everything was dimensioned in hieroglyphs. However, with the help of the local old people's home, we managed to get the hieroglyphs translated into a modern form of measurement, and that's called decimal. Most of the classic Teardrop campers were a 2-person teardrop shape with the kitchen at the back. There are some outrageous variants, and I'll leave links to all the reference pages that we found below. We're pretty sure that the shape is going to stay true to the original, and we do have that one picture. We also thought that keeping the utility box on the front of the trailer was a great way to store all the outside gear. So, Model 1. This is a classic 2-person Teardrop camper with the traditional rear kitchen configuration, staying true to the original Teardrop shape, which is well loved, but maybe we could tweak it. Model 2, building from the first iteration, but this time adding a moonroof, because it's cool, side opening windows and a 1940s style through hatch from the kitchen, just in case it starts raining and then only one person has to stand out in the rain. We also increased the size of the door hatch as it was a little tight around the booty. Now the space inside is very small, so good use of storage is essential, and that will be one of the main focuses of any of the models. Model 3, now working on the assumption that options are always best, Model 3 added some special features. This would be obviously the most feature-rich design, incorporating a folding large bed with storage access, front and rear storage compartments, extra stabilization frames to hold up a roof, the panoramic view with twin side doors made entirely of glass. It also has a roof rack and top box, adding the flexibility for more than 2 occupants. The design prioritizes both comfort and connection with nature, offering a stargazing experience through panoramic windows. Now, all the models make provision for water, waste, cooking and storage spaces, as well as solar power and lighting, etc. It's also worth noting that in the UK, the temperatures range from bloody cold to barely warm, so a good use of insulation is going to be really important for this design. We're going to put all the links to all the parts and components that we've used in the description below. Before we show you the models that we've made for the mystery client, we thought we'd run you through the process of getting the client to decide what model they're going to choose. We thought we would set up the models next to an empty box labelled Your Choice. Then the mystery client can place their choice into the box and we'll find out the next day what they've chosen. Thanks for watching. Here's all the models. Enjoy. Okay, we've laid out model 1, 2 and 3 here. We've also laid out a choice box for our mystery client, and when we come back in the morning, we're going to hope that the client has put one of these models into the box and we can continue with this build. So let's see what happens.